How important is sex in a relationship? Sexual compatibility is more important than the act itself. If the pair of you are completely incompatible in terms of your desires/libido/kinks etc., then it's not going to work out. If you're mostly similar, and are willing to communicate openly and properly with each other, then the relationship is far more likely to work. This is very contextual. More important is both partners feel they have a mutual understanding and level of fulfillment from that aspect of the relationship. I enjoy sex. But if something happened that prevented sex with my wife, I would still love her and be faithful. Our relationship is much more than just sex. But that is after 14 years of marriage, 3 kids, and some major events. We are in this journey together no matter what. I think it's important to have that intimate, physical bond with your partner. However, I believe that it also completely depends on who you're with. I think that intimate bond is heaps important, but whether that's felt through sex or just body massages, back scratches, hand-holding etc., that's up to the individuals. Edit. Thank you to the kind strangers for deeming my comment worthy of an award. It's important your sex drives are similar. How do you deal with sex drives that are not similar? Edit. Just woke up to a destroyed inbox. Of course, my most popular comment is about my sex life. My wife wants sex about 3 times a month. I want sex about 10 times a month, so we compromise and have sex about 3 times a month. As important as the people in the relationship deem it to be. So that ranges from critically important, and validly so, to completely unimportant, and validly so. What's most important is that you're sexually compatible, like both have high sex drives or lower sex drives. If you're not, it may cause a lot of strain and compromising that will affect the relationship. Every relationship is different as to whether it's important or not. To me personally, it's not important. I would have a relationship even if sex was not involved, but a lot of people consider it a crucial part of the relationship. For me, and I'm sure a lot of others, sex is important. But it's not as much the sex itself, it's that sex usually comes from a feeling of desire, and I like to feel like I'm desired. At least growing up with abandonment issues. It definitely seems to fill a hole. Edit. I went to bed right after I posted this. Thanks for all the awards and support. I didn't realize how many other people had the same thoughts about it as me. Edit 2. Yes, the pun was intentional. I can always count on Reddit to turn clever phrasing into something to laugh at. I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess. While the act itself might not be super important, the intimacy that goes along with it is very important. Also, the feeling of being desired is a very important aspect to a healthy relationship, and from things I've read, it's the #1 reason people cheat. If they aren't feeling desired by their partner, they will tend to look for that elsewhere. So the ignored partner might be swayed to cheat if someone else is providing them with that desire they aren't getting from their partner. It's very important to me and my so. We value our time, and the physical being together. I don't want just sex, I want sex with her, intimacy. It's a physical expression of how we feel about each other. Small for me. Physical attraction is nice. But sometimes you just can't. We haven't shagged in months. Too many issues with her uterus, and obgyn stuff. She just got her uterus removed 2 weeks ago. We still have a great time, and it hasn't been a bummer, not one bit. My relationship is similar. I'd rather have an awesome marriage with limited sex but high intimacy than a shitty marriage with good sex and low intimacy. I've had both. It is important to be with someone that enjoys being intimate with you. Someone that is passionate about you in every aspect. Not that everything has to be sexual, but an inviting smile, a hug, or a glance that makes her want to spend time with you. Interesting question. From limited experience, a loving relationship where you're passionate about each other equates to good sex. I'm sure there's instances where couples are sexually incompatible, but personally even sex isn't all about sex. For instance, even if a partner had issues getting hard or say frequently finished quickly, personally it's as much about the foreplay and attentiveness before and cuddling after. That even if things go wrong, I still enjoy the intimacy. Intimacy to me is what just straight up sex can be to others. Sex without intimacy personally would be worse than being intimate without sex. TLDR, feelings equals basis for good everything. No feelings equals doesn't matter how great the sex, I'd still not enjoy it. Discussions should be had before real commitment to lay out expectations from both partners. That way there are less surprises. Another thought. Someone on Reddit once commented something akin to, "You wouldn't buy a house just because you like the toilet, but you also certainly wouldn't buy a house without one." I think they nailed it. Depends on you and your partner. For me, it's really important. Someone once said to me, "If the sex is good, it's 10% of the relationship. If the sex is bad, it's 90% of the relationship." It's actually, sex is 10% of a good relationship, and 90% of a bad relationship. It definitely is important that my partner's drive is at least close to mine, and in the last year and a half I've been lucky as mine has begun to chill out and become something more in line with my wife's. Sex is also more than just fucking, so while my wife's drive may still not be the same as mine, she'll still indulge me with my more particular tastes when the urge is there. I guess really, the amount of sex isn't as important as having a relationship where you can openly discuss your wants and needs and mutually hear each other without judgment. I can't imagine trying to maintain a long-term/serious relationship with someone where I didn't feel comfortable at least discussing weird sex stuff.